I thought that our defense was really good tonight. The whole game, we just had trouble getting things going on offense, and in the last three possessions, we just decided to go with O'Shea. We thought he had an advantage there. He wasn't having a great game, but it was turned out to be the right move. He made three almost impossible shots, and but it was our defense. Our defense was tremendous. They're one of the better shooting teams in the country from the three-point line, and we just these guys just played. They didn't get any easy shots the whole game, and I thought that was the difference. We did a good job on the boards and didn't turn the ball over. It was a really good win.
Okay, we'll open the floor to questions for the players, please.
Jason Gareline, Titan Sports. Frank, there was a lot of lulls down the stretch, both teams struggling on offense. What did you tell your teammates to keep them in the game and keep them focused?
Just want to stay poised down the stretch. We didn't want to get frustrated or start to force anything. They did a great job of keeping our guards out of the paint, kind of, leveling up in the paint with help side. And, Marek had a great game today. O'Shea, he was great down the stretch. And, Pascal hit some big free throws again. So, kudos to TCU. They played a hard game. But I just think our confidence and poise, got us through.
For both Frank and Tyus, you guys are used to games like this, low scoring, sometimes a little struggle. Was this the type of game that you were hoping to get with the pace of play and kind of mucking it up?
Nah. No, this wasn't ideal for us. But, this team's going to fight, whatever situation we're in. If the pace was a little different, we have to adjust. So, Coach did a great job of, putting some new schemes in, getting the ball moving a little bit better, putting guys in the right spots, and, guys made plays.
Yeah, just like Frank said, we would like to score a little bit more than that. They made it tough. They kept us out of the lane. When Frank, O'Shea, and I can all struggle to score the ball, and we still come out with a win, that shows how much guys can step up on every given night. And Marek played huge tonight.
Tomer Langer, the Daily Orange. Tyus, the first maybe 10, 15 minutes of the game, the ball was really moving on offense. It was passes every few seconds. Then it slowed down again. Was that something that TCU did, or was that just you guys need to keep up that ball movement throughout the whole game?
I think it was just a mental lapse on our players' fault. We should have kept on moving the ball, but once we started moving the ball again in the second half, we started getting easy shots, easy buckets, cuts to the basket, stuff like that.
Other player questions? All right, gentlemen, we'll let you head back to your locker room. That room should be open for about 20 more minutes, and then now we'll open the floor to questions for Coach.
Jim, the TCU went 3 of 5 from deep in the first 5 minutes of the game, and then they didn't make another three-point shot. Did you adjust how you were playing them from deep?
No, we just got lucky. We played the same way the whole game.
Jim, you were talking yesterday about parity in basketball and maybe 16/1. Did you happen to catch the UMBC score there?
Yeah, I saw the score. It's this tournament just breaks your heart. The better you are, the more it breaks your heart. And I've been there. I've been in that position. I was looking today through some recount of all the upsets, and I don't know, they didn't have us in there. I was really happy, but all the great teams that get beat, it's a heartbreaking tournament. It's what it is. It's the only way to describe it. Our league was really hard this year. Virginia could have been 18-0. They had several chances to win that one game they lost. So, it's unfortunate, but everything revolves around what you do in this tournament. when you're good. When you're not so good, it's good just to get in it.
Jim, all three of the big guys were struggling to score today, including O'Shea. So what did you see there at the end when you wanted to go to him?
Nobody else had done anything. We thought he had a good matchup there, and he had gotten shots. He got a lot of shots, but he really, I didn't probably realize that at the time that we decided to make that decision, he was 1 for 13. If I'd have known that fact, I might not have done that. But really, Frank was struggling and Tyus was struggling to get by. You know, our best player, Marek, was out of the game, so, I mean, we had to make an adjustment. You know, Marek was unbelievable tonight. I mean, the only reason we were in the game is the way he played early. He made some really hard shots, probably 2 or 3 really hard shots, and the 3 at the shot clock buzzer, you know. I mean, he was unbelievable today. I mean, you can't play better than that as a freshman. But, you know, we go with O'Shea a lot late in the games because we think he can get to the foul line, and I thought he would have gotten the foul line on all 3 of those plays, but that didn't happen. But he's just the guy we usually try to go to late in those situations.
Nathan McHugh, Titan Sports. Coach, what does it say about the resiliency of your team that you were able to overcome your best player in the game fouling out with several minutes left? Well,
yeah, I just made the decision to go with him. You know, I think he got his 4th with 12, 13, I don't know what it was. He lasted 5 or 6 minutes. I thought if we'd taken him out early, he's smart. He's, you know, generally able to stay out of foul trouble. Close call on the one that he got caught on there. But, you know, Matt went in. Matt did a good job. He played good defense and, you know, made a foul shot for us. But, you know, it's a little gamble when you go with guys. But he was good there for a long period of time in there. This was just a defensive game. I mean, our defense we didn't give them good looks from the three-point line, and then at the very end of the game, when you're trying to shoot a 3, it's really hard to make one when you haven't made any during the game. So it was a great effort. Our defense was fabulous. We just held 2 teams that averaged 80s, well in the 80s, to 56 and 52. So that's pretty good.
Jim, given where Marek started the year, he was coming off the bench early and was struggling early in ACC play. Is there a moment where you've noticed his game kind of change at some point this season?
You know, he had some good games early, and then he had a little struggle the first couple ACC games, but then after that he was good. You know, he's a good defender. You know, he's capable of scoring if he gets in the right situations, and everybody that we play is worried about the other 3 guys, and he gets into some really good situations. He gets the ball open, you know, 10 feet a lot, and he's gradually been able to figure that out. And again, he was great tonight. I mean, he was fabulous.
Jim, how important going into this one was pace of play going to be for you? And were you
we're going to play the way we play, and you know, it's, you know, we're not running up and down. You know, a couple times we tried to go for the fast break. We completely screwed up the end of the first half. Frank thought he had a fast break, and we had the ball up 3. He holds the ball. If we just hold the ball and don't take a shot, we're up 3 at halftime. It was a really bad clock management situation at the end of the half. I mean, he thought he had it, but you can't take that opportunity when you just think you have it. You have to know you have it. That was a really bad end of the first half, and fortunately we were able to overcome it.
We'll take 2 more for Coach.
Jim, you've had some great battles with Coach Jamie Dixon over the years, whether in the Big East or ACC. Was this kind of the typical game that you expect? As
Yeah,
far as the
he's
score?
he's a tremendous coach. He's really a, you know, it doesn't. He beat us with his defense most of the time at Pittsburgh. The games were like this, and most of the time we were underdogs or even. We weren't ever really. He had really good teams for that stretch, and we weren't so good. The year we went to the Final Four, the Final Four team, we beat them twice. But, you know, the other years they were pretty good, and they played really well against us. And but their defense was really, really good. He had the best defensive teams in the Big East for a number of years, and that's what really carried them through. I thought their defense was tremendous. This team is more of an offensive team, I think, but they play good defense, but they're really a tremendous offensive team.
We have one more question for Coach. Okay.
Thank you.